it was those 5, 6, 7, 8 questions that confirmed for me that they're going to be there. So I'd get 15 out of 20 to show up with that invitation, while the average person would get 2 or 3 out of 20 to show up. And what do you think happened to my results when they heard the big shot from out of town? I got huge results. Now, same things with a home meeting. You want to get better results inviting to a home meeting? Here's what you do. If I invited you, I'm in a hurry, compliment, do the invite.
He's now giving us the script on how to invite and have a positive result when it's a home meeting. The first script is for what? Is for a live physical meeting. Hope we are writing down. I'm already making up my script. So now he wants to give us a script for inviting people for a home meeting. You want to invite people for a coffee party or chocolate party and playing the video for them to watch, or you do the presentation if you've been trained. But if you've not been trained, you can play the video for them to watch. So let's talk about home party. So remember, invitation is your ability to get someone to take a look. Prospecting is getting someone excited. Hey, I want to know more, I want to know more. But invitation, professional invitation, is getting them to take a look at your business, either using a tool, which is the video, or coming for a live conference physically at a location or attending Zoom. Okay.
And then if I invited you to a special private meeting at my home this Thursday night for a select group of people, would you join me? If I invited you, would you come over? They say yes. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to ask as many questions as possible to get the confirmation. When do you think you're going to need to leave? Do you know how far it is from your house to my house? Can you be there like 15 minutes early? What time do you get off of work? Is there traffic at that time of day? And then I throw in a little kicker. Will you do me a favor and will you pick up a bag of ice on the way?
Wow, this is powerful. Guys, do you know what happened? Do you notice what happened? People he's inviting for a home party. The first thing he said, if I invite you for a private meeting at my home on Monday night with some special people, will you attend? Then he now say, when they say yes, you now go ahead and ask them the following question. Are you coming from home or you're coming from work? How far is the venue to your house? So that you calculate the time when they can get home and the time they can start coming to avoid traffic. Describe where you'll be standing. Now, then instead of you, since they already know your house, that place they say describe where you'll be standing, as in telling them I'll be standing at so-so position. You skip that. You tell them, please, why coming? Now, to commit them to come, you tell them, why coming? Please, on your way, pick a bottle of champagne. When you're coming, please help me buy a sachet of serviette. When you're coming, please help me pick something by the road. When you're coming, I'll pay you when you come. Do you see the strategy? Do you see the strategy? He's now committing them to say, please, when you're coming, help me pick a bottle of this. Please, when you're coming, help me pick. So maybe a snack. You just want to guilt them for them to come, knowing fully well that what they are bringing will also help the meeting.
Do me a favor, will you pick up a bag of chips on the way? I want to have some refreshments, some chips and salsa or something. Would you do me a favor and stop and get a veggie platter? I'll reimburse you for the veggie platter, but would you get a veggie platter to be able to have at the event? Now I've gone through all this stuff and then I ask them for a little extra commitment. And then I have all these people showing up. Somebody shows up with ice, somebody shows up with some bottled water, somebody shows up with a veggie plate. I give them a few bucks here and there to cover the expense, but they're all there. And they're all invested and they're all a part of it. You want to get a huge group of people to show up? Get a commitment by asking all those questions and then following up and making sure, and then get them invested by bringing something, doing something. You can even ask people to come to your bigger local events and bring something, whatever that happens to be. I'm telling you, you'll get tremendous results by getting the extra questions in and getting the commitment. So you got the process to do this with tools. It's really easy to get them to do a tool, get them to do the event. Now, let's say it's a convention. You want to get some people to attend your company convention, even inside your team. How do you get more people to show up? You start, it's the same process for your team. You want to get more people to show up at your company events? Hey, listen, I don't have a lot of time. I'm in a hurry. You compliment your team member. You make an invite. The company's doing this convention, and they said that's where leaders are born, and I see you as a leader. So if I invited you to this event, would you join me? Yes or no? Are you going to join me at this event in San Antonio or whatever it happens to be? If I invited you, let's say they say yes. Okay. Well, let's say they say no. I can't do it. I don't have the time. Now you got to help them solve the problem. They haven't. What they're saying is you haven't shown them enough to justify their time. So you have to help them figure out the babysitter problem, see the bigger picture, paint the vision. Let them know it's worth taking the time off of work. Let them know that, yes, they can negotiate with their family. Let them know that this is going to shave 6 months or 12 months off of their learning curve. You got to do some selling in order for them to see the big picture. But let's say that they say yes. Here's what separated me from the average person in network marketing. The average person in network marketing person says yes. They never followed through. They never got their ticket. They never went to the event. I didn't take anything for granted. If a person says, yeah, I'm going to the convention in Dallas, or I'm going to the convention, I'm going to Most Powerful Women, I'm going to GoPro Kitty Master, I'm going to a company convention in Las Vegas, I'm going to say, do you have your ticket? If you don't, while I'm on the phone, get online right now, or I'll three-way you to the company right now and let's get your ticket done. And I would literally handhold until the ticket was purchased, okay? As soon as the ticket was purchased, have you figured out your hotel? Because I'm gonna be staying at this hotel. I've got reservation here. This is what I think is the best hotel. Why don't you stay at the same hotel with me? Hold on, let's call the hotel right now and let's book your hotel. And I would three-way them into booking their hotel, okay? Then, how are you going to get there? You're going to drive? You're going to fly? You're going to take a bus? What are you going to do? You're going to carpool? I'm going to fly. Well, let's look right now. What's the cheapest flights? And let's just get it booked. So I would help them book their flight. I would get their hotel. If they wanted a rental car, I'd figure out the rental car. If they couldn't afford it, we solve problems by busing people in, getting the Greyhound buses and having people go on a 12-hour bus ride in order to be able to get there and have the fun of watching videos and hanging out and getting to know each other that whole time, and then going back and plan to reviewing the whole time. Those were some of the most fun experiences ever. I caravanned across country in SUVs. It's amazing. They're going to say, I don't have the money. If they say I don't have the money, I solve that problem. Let's go figure out a way for you to earn it. Let's come up, let's mastermind right now 50 ways that we could figure out a way to come up with the money for you to come to this event. Is there something you could sell? Is there something in your home that you're not using right now that we could find a way to sell to be able to raise money to be able to go to this event, because this event's going to change your life? Is there a way for you to earn? Could you earn some extra money? Is there a way for you to earn it inside of the network marketing business? Could I help you recruit a few people, and from their initial product purchases, that would give you some fast start bonus money in order to be able to make the trip happen? See what I mean? Find a way. There's always a way. Nobody can tell me that there isn't a way, because I carpooled across the country with no money. I shared a room with 8 guys one time. 8 guys in one room with one king size bed. Okay. We made bologna sandwiches, and that's all we had for the entire convention, and tap water. We had no money, but we had a dream. So nobody can tell me that there's not enough money in order to be able to do it. You can figure out a way.
Did you hear that? The scarcity mentality or mindset. When people tell you, I don't have money to buy data to attend, tell them, okay, awesome, let's mastermind. Let's think, how can you generate 200 naira to buy data, 500 naira to buy airtime for data? See, I went to see a prospect yesterday, Madam Eunice Prospect. The woman invited me. She doesn't want her husband to know what she's doing. So she invited me to meet in town, in Maryland. That was in a church, in a Catholic church in Maryland. So I went there yesterday. So I sat down with her at the shrine. So we're discussing. So she has the money, as in her husband is wealthy, but her husband don't want to hear that she's doing anything. The husband wants her to just be a normal housewife. But she knows that she has a lot in her. The presentation she attended, the lion in her was unleashed, so she wants to do something. So I told her, she said she's going to figure out that she doesn't have money. Then I told her, then figure out how to raise money without your husband knowing, because if you tell your husband, he won't give you because he doesn't want you to do anything. I now told her, look within you. The answer to you finding a solution to you raising that money is within you. Go and find it. So while we were discussing, a young lady, healthy, everything complete, no handicap, came. Madam, please, now you should give me 15 naira just to buy gala. I've not eaten since morning. I sat down. I looked at her from head to toe. I kept quiet. So the woman I was talking to told her, too, I don't have anything. If I had, I would have given you. And I said, ma, this is a young lady, not handicapped, not blind, not as in, even if they're handicapped, let's just assume. Complete. So she cannot go to, as in go and knock on people's door to say, I am available for any kind of job, even if it's to wash your clothes. Lagos is a busy city. See, anybody in Lagos that is poor, that person made a decision to be poor. I'm saying it. In Lagos, even if it's saliva you're selling, as long as your saliva can convince people that it can solve their problem, they will buy. Lagos is a busy place that people are looking for who can do other things for them. So meaning this woman is not ready to knock on door. Please, employ me. I can take care of, you are a very busy person. I can take care of your laundry, your sweeping, your cooking. Just let me do something, pay me. She's not ready. But she's comfortable to stay around the environment of the church and be begging 50 naira for gala. Guys, can you? So when people tell you, why am I using this illustration? You, when you're sharing information and you hear people say, I don't have money for data, I don't have transport to come, don't just allow that statement to close your poor cold water and make you come. You say, beautiful. That is the more reason why we need to think on, in order for you to raise money. This event, this is the more reason why you need to attend this event. So come on, let's think. How can you raise money? What can you do? What problem can you solve for you to raise the money to transport yourself to the venue? For you to raise the money to buy data, airtime, data for you to attend. When someone say, I don't have money, I'll tell them that is the main reason why you need this project. Or are you comfortable where you are? You want to remain where you are, year in, year out. If you're comfortable with poverty, then you're not the right person, because I don't want anybody that's not ready to grow. Let me look for someone else. Learn how to be audacious and challenging people. And it starts with you overcoming it in your mind, because once you have a scarcity mindset and you believe when people say there's no money, trust me, everything, you'll be entertaining all day, there's no money excuse. Be proactive. There is abundance. Operate with positive mentality. You heard him. Someone told him he doesn't have transport money to come to the venue. He said, beautiful. That is the main reason why you need this project. Oh yeah, let's think. What do you need to do to raise this amount of money for you to attend this conference? What solution can you solve? A young lad met a billionaire. Let me give you guys a story. And he met the billionaire and told the billionaire, please, I want to make $1 million naira. $1 million naira in a day. I need your advice. Abi, though it's in dollars, is it $100? I think $100 or $10 thereabout. Okay, $10. How do I make $10 in a day? He approached the billionaire to seek for money. And trust me, it's very wrong of people to meet successful people and beg them for money. The moment you beg successful, rich and wealthy people for money, you are spoiling your relationship with them. Think of how you can be valuable to them by solving a problem for them. So this young boy approached, he has been following the billionaire online. So he approached the billionaire and said, sir, I have been following you for a very long time. In fact, from what you've been saying, I was able to go to my house. All the things we are not using, I had to sell them up to even generate money to come see you. Sir, how do I make $10 in a day? The billionaire looked at him and said, $10 in a day. He said yes. He now said, okay, tell me, what skill can you do? What problem can you solve? What can you do for someone now? If someone asks you what service, what skill, what problem can you solve? He said, I know how to wash cars. This is a young lad of 14 years. He said, I know how to wash cars. He said, okay, since you know how to wash car, go outside and wash my car. I'm going to give you $1 for washing my car. Then all the cars in the car park, wash all of them, whether they are paying you or not. He said, look for a way of washing 100 cars per day, free of charge. And trust me, when you give value free of charge, solving people's problem, people will give you tips. They'll dash you tips, and in a day you can make $10 or even more. Do you see the idea? Guys, guys, are you learning something? I need to be sure I'm speaking to people. Everybody, unmute yourself. Did you just learn something now?
Yes.
Did you learn something now? You see the
Yes.
mindset? So there's nothing like scarcity does not exist. See, everything is in your mind. The secret of the millionaire mindset said, your mind, let me read that phrase again. It said, no thought lives in your head rent-free. Any thought, positive or negative, in your head, it is not paying, it's paying rent there. No thought lives in your head rent-free. He said, every thought you have is either investing in you or costing you, sorry. It's either it's moving you towards happiness and success, or it's taking you away. It's either it's empowering you or disempowering you. So choose your thoughts and believe wisely, because whatever you think, you feel. Whatever you feel, you act. So did you see how he was able to help this boy by asking? See, successful people, even when they don't have money, they ask the right question. They ask, how can I do this? How can I go about doing this? Because when they ask the how, they attract positive answer. But when they say, hey, I don't have money, it's negative. But you that is the one sharing information, don't allow that negative answer affect you. Tell them, awesome, this is why you need this project. Or yeah, let's think, let's brainstorm. How can you raise so amount to buy your data, to gain transport, or to even get started with this business? What problem can you solve for people? Or yeah, let's do a number game. Did you hear? He wants to raise $10. And the billionaire told him, oh yeah, go and wash my car, I'll give you $1. Now, make sure you wash all the cars. This is a very elite environment. People that are coming here come with cars. So wash all the cars in that park today and wash it for free. When they ask you for payment, say you just want to wash it for them free of charge. Now, some will go without paying you. They'll just say thank you. But a lot of people, as in quality people, will be moved and they will give you $1. Even if they ask you for $1 and just want, some will even give you more than that. Guys, guess what? A problem must be solved before money is exchanged. So if they are really ready to change their life, they'll be ready to solve the problem. But when they're not ready to change their life, they remain. Guys, guess what? Move to the next person. Move over to the next person. Don't dwell on that prospect. Once you see they're not even ready to move. But keep them in a place where you keep following up on them, because mindset, people's mindset differ at different seasons. When the reality turns on them and they are ready, be there to ensure that your attention is captivated by them. Move on to the next person.
Always a way. It's not about resources. It's not about resources. It's about being resourceful. It's about finding a way. So, but you as a leader, me as a leader, if you tell me you want to, but you can't figure out how to do it, I'm not going to stop until you figure it out. And we figure it out together. Come on, let's go. So my passion was at the highest level. My commitment was at the highest level. I did not let go until that commitment happened.
Did you hear? When you are prospecting, when you are inviting, when you're sharing information, your passion needs to be very high. Remember, he taught us that your passion must be at the highest level. Your commitment must be at the highest level. You demanding them to commit must be at the high. Your energy, see, if your energy level is high, you get positive response. But if it's low, you get negative. But even when it's high, you are getting negative response. Just know that that information is not for the right person. That person is the wrong person.
So getting a lot of questions. Let me see what these questions. How do you make people realize that they have to attend company events in order to succeed? You've got to cast the vision. You got to let them know that this is a time machine that's going to shorten their learning curve. This is where leaders are born. This is where they're going to be able to have the breakthrough that they're looking for. They're going to be able to step into their potential. They're going to have fun. They're going to see things. They're going to build relationships. They're going to meet the owners. They're going to build their belief to another level. They're going to raise their confidence up. Come on, let's go. Let's have an adventure. Let's do this together. That was what I did. And I always had people say, well, I talked to my team and they're not coming. They said, bring me the notes. I said, let me talk to the team. And in 5 minutes, that team's ready to go. Why? My passion. What percentage of people making a decision to come to convention has to do with their upline and leadership's passion? What do you think? Their vision, their belief. It's a big number. So just find a way to push hard. People say they can't afford GoPro Academy. In my opinion, you can't afford not to be in GoPro Academy. This is the #1 platform on earth for leaders.
So when people tell you they cannot afford some, tell them you cannot not, let me don't bite my tongue. When people tell you they can't afford something, then tell them they can't afford to miss the event. For example, this year, by November, I'll try and encourage as many of us as we can attend GoPro, register. You want to become a professional, you must surround yourself with other professionals around the world so that, you see, iron sharpens iron. This year, you guys will testify. There's something, those of you that knew me last year, there's something different about me this year that you never saw last year. Every day, I must keep making sure that I keep renewing and improving myself, topping up my game, investing in myself. So when people tell you they can't afford this, tell them they cannot afford to miss this event. Let me borrow that English again.
They're going to build their belief to another level. They're going to raise their confidence up. Come on, let's go. Let's have an adventure. Let's do this together. That was what I did. And I always had people say, well, I talked to my team and they're not coming. They said, bring me the notes. I said, let me talk to the team. And in 5 minutes, that team's ready to go. Why? My passion. What percentage of people making a decision to come to convention has to do with their upline and leadership's passion? What do you think? Their vision, their belief. It's a big number. So just find a way to push hard. People say they can't afford GoPro Academy. In my opinion, you can't afford not to be in GoPro Academy. This is the #1 platform on earth for leaders to develop their skills. What I shared with you today, how much do you think it's going to earn you? Put a number into the comments. How much is it going to earn you bringing extra stuff to a home party, to get the commitment for a live event, to get more people to attend your convention? Put a number. I want every single one of you watching this right now to put a number. What is this going to pay you? What information you're learning these 3 hours, how much is this going to earn you over the course of your network marketing career? What's it going to earn you? I want to know. Come estimate. Come up with a number. If you think it's 0, put 0. If you think it's a number, put a number. 100,000, thousands, whatever. What's it going to be? 50,000, a million? Within 2 years, 750,000, 10,000, thousands, a million, 100,000. See what I'm saying? What do you think a convention's going to do? This is 3 hours, but think about what this will do for you. Is this worth $97 a month? Of course. Come on, it's silly. It's silly. It's worth a ton of money for you. And every month we do this. Okay, with the same passion, you should be getting your people inside of GoPro Academy so they get this value. You should be getting people to your company conventions so they get the value. You should be getting your customers into your products so they get the value. See what I'm saying? You get these people to understand what it is that we have so they can make a decision and then they'll get the value. It's really simple. 6 digits annually, 100, 500,000. Look at the numbers. Big numbers, right? Even if you're brand new, big numbers. So that's the same.
That reminds me, I want to teach us something. Are you listening? Are you guys listening? If you're listening, if you can hear me, go to the chat box and type 111. If you can hear me, go to the chat box and type 111. If you can hear me, go to the chat box and type 111. I want to give you guys something, I want to give you guys as a gift from me to you. Guys, if you want your financial life to change, why is it that when we set a goal financially, we tend to struggle? Have you ever asked yourself why? The reason why we set a goal and we tend to struggle to achieving that goal is because you've not seen that goal in your mind. You've not achieved it in your mind first. When you set, let me ask us, what is your financial thermostat? What is your financial thermostat? What is your financial thermostat? Do you even know the meaning of financial thermostat? Yeah? Do you know the meaning of financial thermostat? Financial thermostat means what is your income blueprint? What is your money blueprint for this year, 2022? How much do you want to make this year, 2022? We call it money blueprint. My money blueprint this year is $200,000. My financial thermostat is $200,000, which is 100,000 naira this year. See, guys, I've already achieved that money in my head. I know everything to do, and I've done everything to do in my head. When you're setting a goal, set a goal in the past tense. See it as already been fulfilled. Then feel the excitement and joy of the things that will happen when you've accomplished that thing. Be grateful of it, then go out and execute on the action you need to take. Did you understand something? Did you hear me? How many of you understood what I just said? If you understood what I said, go to the chat box and type 3. If you understood what I just said right now, go to the chat box and type 3. Let me come again. Today, I need us to send me a private message telling me what your money blueprint is. Ask yourself, what is my money blueprint? What is my financial thermostat? Eminent Augusta, my blueprint is $200. Don't do 200 because Eminent Augusta, do your own. My blueprint is $200. Sorry, $200,000, which is 100,000 naira. In my head, I have achieved it. In my mind, I've imagined the way it will go. Everything I will do, everything I've done in my head, I have achieved $200,000. In my head, I have achieved 100 million naira this year through the financial vehicle that I have. I acted on every income generating activity. I was dedicated and committed, not leaving any stone unturned. I was radical, and I'm grateful and thankful to God that now I am excited. I am happy. I have a feeling of fulfillment. Now my family are all happy, proud of me. I go home, they celebrate me. Now I've been able to impact in people's life. Now I've been able to help people become financially stable. Right now, I have 40 persons who are financially stable and have created a change in their life. And right now, they are driving change in the lives of their loved ones. This year, I impacted over 20,000 persons. I empowered them, and I'm thankful and grateful. I have achieved it in my head. So thermostat, you know thermostat now, something that measures temperature. So if the temperature of my blueprint of my income is that, I will make sure it keeps being maintained. But I will create my external environment and in my internal environment to make sure that that temperature does not go down. Did we learn something? If you learned something, go to the chat box and type 3. If you learned something, go to the chat box and type 3. So today, make sure today, each and every one of you set your financial thermostat, set your income blueprint. How much is it you want? Then make that money in your mind first. Create it, things you need to do. Create, as in play the video as it has already been done. Your feeling of excitement, how you feel, things that will happen as a result of you achieving that. And remember, whatever goal you are setting must be connected to helping people. It must be connected to helping people achieve something, because the fastest way to attain wealth in our business is to identify people with problems and help a lot of people with the value of what you have, and in return, you become what? Successful. So let's finalize with this video.
Same passion that I bring to getting people to attend a company convention, same passion that I bring to get people down here or back this way. To get people to attend a local event. And the key to all of this is the details. Write that in your notes, please. The key to all of this is the details. Once they say yes, it's not a yes. It's not a yes until you get through the details. The details on the company convention, the details on your local big event. I'm going to be standing by the flowers in the lobby. The details on the home meeting. Will you bring a bag of ice? Will you bring some chips? Will you pick up some salsa? I got somebody else doing that. Will you bring the little mini corn dogs? The details on the lunch meeting. The details on the 2-on-1 or the 1-on-1. The details on the Zoom or the webinar, conference call, or the Facebook Live. The details in all of this. That's what separated me from average. And that's what will separate you from average, is the details. Now, inside of texting, let me talk about this because we only got 20 minutes left, and then we're done.
It's 15 minutes.
$5,000 by April 2020. Easy, right? And that's just for 97 bucks. If you're part of GoPro Academy, it's like super simple. I could have charged a lot more for this, and it would be worth every penny. We kept it inexpensive because we want everybody to be able to get the value. I want to see more millionaires created from this group than any group ever. Now, let me tell you why texting is so great. Phone calls, great if you can get them on the phone. Face-to-face is great if you see somebody face-to-face. You can follow this process to be able to invite to these things. You can follow this general process. Now, if you want to go fast, I will tell you the biggest breakthrough that's happened in the last 5 or 10 years when it comes to recruiting efficiency is this thing. It's amazing. And not the ability to do this, but the ability to do this. About 3-4 years ago, the world decided that they didn't want to talk on the phone anymore. They're kind of tired of it. They talk on the phone for really important things, but for everything else, they did not want to do it. They'll message, they'll text, they'll use social media platforms to be able to communicate, but they don't want to talk on the phone anymore. They turn their phone ringers off. And when they get a phone call, it's kind of annoying unless they're expecting it and it's important. But outside of that, they don't want to talk on the phone anymore. But here's why this is great. Inside of this process, for a person that's not highly skilled, people will get some objections. And for a brand new person, they're like, oh, what do I do with that? Now, there's a course inside of GoPro Academy Masterclass Library called Mastering Objections that you can go learn how to deal with objections, and that's free for all you GoPro Academy people. But you're going to get some questions in here if you don't do this just right. The reason why we tell them we're in a hurry is we don't want to get into a big, long conversation. The reason why we give them a compliment is because now that shuts down their critical mind. The reason why we do the invites the way that we do in order to kind of capture their imagination, then we get the commitment, then we get stop talking, get off the phone. Because the longer that happens, the more it's, well, tell me a little bit more about it now. Because what you don't want people to do is feel like they understand it from a phone call, because they can't understand it by a phone call. So you're going to get some objections face-to-face and over the phone, which creates some fear in some people. And if I tell you, if I pick face-to-face or phone versus text, and I only have one choice, I'm going to choose text. And here's why I'm going to choose text. If I tell you to make 10 phone calls today, I tell everybody on here to make 10 phone calls today. And everybody says, yes, I'm in, I'm going to do it. Even inside of GoPro Academy, most of you won't do it. Fear is going to kick in, procrastination is going to kick in, avoidance behavior is going to kick in. You'll say, I'll start tomorrow. So the average person maybe make one phone call, two phone calls, most of you make none. But if I sit down with you and I have you send a text message to 10 prospects, pick 10 people that could really benefit from your product. Pick 10 people that are entrepreneurial and hungry and ambitious, and send them a message. That's way less scary. You kind of hide behind the keyboard. And if you run out of words, you don't know what to say, you can ask somebody else before you respond. You don't have to respond in 2 seconds. You can respond in 5 minutes if you want to. Pretend that you're busy. Really think about the answer. So people say, well, what do I say? Here's what I would tell you to do. Just say hello. Just pick 10 prospects, and I'll ask everyone that's watching this, pick 10 prospects and just say hello. Hi, how's it going? Text or Facebook Messenger or Twitter or Instagram or Snapchat or any platform, doesn't matter. WhatsApp, Skype, you pick it. Just say hi. What's going on? What's up? What's your schedule? How's that work? How's life? Just say hello. And from that process, you'll start a conversation. And at some point in that conversation, you can say, hey, listen, I got to go in just a second. I only have a minute, but compliment them, make an invite, if I would you. And you can do this all on text if you want to, or you can convert from text to phone and go through this process. One of those two things. But here's the cool part of this. Without this, you can at least set up, let's say you wanted to set up a one-on-one, which I'm a big fan of one-on-ones. Big fan of one-on-ones, where you tell your story and you do your thing inside of your company. The thing that helps them understand what it is that you have to offer with your product or your opportunity. You tell your story, you do the thing. It takes 15, 20 minutes typically to tell your story and do the thing. I can help you fill your entire calendar within 2 hours. And I can fill your calendar for 60 days. No problem. Because if I sit with you for 2 hours, I can have you send enough text messages, because you built this big list, all your social media, everything else. You just said hi to 100 people. And if you send it to 100 people, and then you follow up and say, hey, listen, what's your schedule like? Can we get together for coffee? You can make the invitation. There's something I want to show you. There's something you might like. When you told me this, were you serious? You just kidding around? I know this isn't for you, but I know you know a lot of people. Could we meet for coffee? I can show you what it's all about. And if you know some people, I'll make it worth your time. Whatever. Okay. So if you send it to 100 messages to 100 people with the intent of scheduling a 15-minute coffee or a lunch or a breakfast or some get together, you'll schedule 50 appointments. 50 out of 100 messages. So
did you hear that? When you're inviting people and you tell them something like, give them value and make them feel special, tell them something like, there'll be free products for this, for the first 20. There'll be lunch with a mastermind for this. You see, people who attend, tell them recharge card or data will be given at the end of the day, or special gifts will be given at the end of the day. If you should attend this Zoom, you can decide to send recharge card 100 naira, data for 500, depending. In fact, there's a conference. Let me give you guys. Well, I don't want, it's already on record. I don't want to say it on record. I'm not someone that like talking. I like doing. Then when I'm done, I'll talk. You know, I'm someone that I walk the talk. I just don't talk the talk. But guys, there are 2 things I'm planning. When it's done, I'll tell you guys. We're on record, or maybe when the record is done, we'll talk off camera. Let's finish up. It's remaining 8 minutes.
How long would it take for you to meet with 50 people? If you met with one a day, it'd be 50 days. You take off 1 day a week, you take off Sundays, you got 2 months worth of work that you booked in 2 hours. Now, a management tool, a leadership tool for you to your team. Number one, you want to fill your calendar, is send whatever text message you need to fill your calendar for the next 30 days. Fill your calendar for the month of April. Fill it. Do it today. Start sending the text messages, fill it today. 2, go to your team or your teams and get together with them for a couple hours at somebody's house. Bring everybody over. I did something really cool. I just went to this training with Eric Worre, and he has something that he asked me to do with you that's going to help you get tremendous results. Come on over and let's do it. Get everybody together for a couple hours, share with them the text messaging, and have them all send 50 text messages. Have a little contest. You can schedule the most appointments over the course of 2 hours. Have some fun with it. You have 20 people in there who schedule 25 appointments. You just schedule 500 appointments. 500 appointments over the course of 30 days. You'll get more activity going on in your team than you could even imagine. Massive activity. And it's something that helps people get past their fear. It's highly efficient. It's highly effective. Works on Facebook Messenger, works on all the platforms, works everywhere. What it is more than anything, it's a tool to keep people busy. Texting is a tool to keep people busy. Ultimately, you want to be a network marketing professional, you have to master this. But if you're a beginner, if you have beginners on your team, if they can master sending a text message and then telling their story and doing the thing that you do in your company so people are educated on your product and your opportunity, they're going to win. If they do a 2-on-1 with you and they're able to schedule that, they'll win even better. If they start getting people to events using details, they're going to do even better. They get more people to attend their home parties using details, they're going to do even better. Okay? So this is a revolution, this thing. It's amazing what this has done to open doors. Let me see if I have some questions before we wrap up. WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger? It depends. International, WhatsApp is much more popular. I know in the United States, Facebook Messenger is a little more popular than WhatsApp, or texting is even more popular than that. Just regular SMS or text message is more popular. Any other questions? Pretty much it? All right. Get me to the end. Listen, let me tell you something. We covered a lot of ground. Let me recap everything. The highest skilled person is going to win inside of network marketing. The person with the highest skills is going to win. We do 3 things in growing our business. 1, we sell our products and services to customers who need them. We sell quality products and services. Will this process of educating prospects help you and your team to sell more products? I know the answer is yes. All we have to do is educate people because your products are spectacular. You just have to educate people so to the point that they understand what it is you have. Okay? That's the number 1 thing we do. Number 2 thing we do is we recruit and train a team of other distributors who are selling products. Will this help you, what we talked about today, get more people to see the value in joining your team? I think the answer again is yes. The key is details. We're using some technique in here in order to be able to get more people to accomplish our ultimate goal. You have the gift. Our goal is education and understanding. We're not going to apologize. We're going to get better every day. We're going to get our energy and posture right, and persistence is going to pay. First thing we do is we sell products and services. Second thing we do is we build a team, we build a network of other people doing the same thing. And the third thing we do is we improve the productivity of the network that we have through our leadership. Take 2 teams of 100 people. The difference between those two teams is going to be the leadership. That's where you need to, that's why I hope GoPro Academy is giving you the tools to become the leader you need to be. That you learn how to use all of these different aspects of, these are all educational tools. Every one of these is an educational tool. Use these educational tools and the details and confirmation on the invitation of those tools to help the productivity of your organization. These campaigns are what I use. You can use campaigns around your events, around your products. And this 8-step process is the ultimate goal for every one of you, that you bake this in, that your introduction is solid, your invite is solid for the prospect, and your follow-up, the details are solid. So look, a month from now, what I want you to do for this month, and I'm going to follow up inside of the Facebook group, is I want you to follow through on getting your skills strong when it comes to the invitation and starting to move this into your teams, taking these ideas into your teams. You don't learn something when you remember it, you learn something when you can't forget it. Okay, so you got to bake this into your culture. And we're going to do some coaching over the course of the month on that. And 2, We have, I don't know how many of you are from Australia, but we have a GoPro Australia event coming up in July. We're doing a 2-day GoPro Australia event and a 5-day Beyond Leadership event, a leadership event for 6-figure earners and above. How to become a top influencer. That's also going to be happening in July. If you're there, if you go to networkmarketingpro.com/GoPro Australia, is that right? networkmarketingpro.com/GoPro Australia, you'll get all the information on that. If you are a 6-figure earner or above, or you plan to be a 6-figure earner or above, we're doing a special 5-day Beyond Leadership, how to become a top influencer network marketing high-end training event. 6-figure earners or above, or if you plan to be one very soon, that's going to happen in August here in Las Vegas. And if you go to networkmarketingpro.com/beyond, networkmarketingpro.com/beyond, and you will learn about that. That's going to sell out very, very quickly. It's almost sold out now. And last but not least, those of you who are watching this that have not yet become part of GoPro Academy, before you leave this page, click on the link. You've already paid the down payment by buying this course. Upgrade to GoPro Academy, get access to the previous courses that we've done on different topics. Also, you'll get access to every course that we've created, $8,000 worth of courses. And staying a part of that, you'll be part of next month's event, which is Social Media Online Summit, first ever to happen. 8 hours of live training from the best of the best in network marketing for social media. That's going to happen on May 12th. And within about a week, we'll give you links for you to be able to promote that to your teams. It's going to be spectacular. It's going to be worldwide. It's going to be amazing. 20 or so of the best trainers in the world. Did I miss anything? Got everything? Look at that. We're 2:53. We're 7 minutes early. Everybody have a spectacular weekend. Have a spectacular day. I love you all. I'm really proud of you for being a part of this. Help to spread the word. The more people you get inside of GoPro Academy, the faster your team is going to grow. I promise you that. Everybody have a great day. See you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. So I know we learned a lot. I myself, I learned a lot. I was even able to create new scripts. So, you know, the usual now, those of us watching the replay, please make sure you watch, state your summary and submit to me, especially writing out the 3 or 4 scripts that he gave so that you can now professionally invite people to attend an event and they will actually attend. So those of us that are here, I'll be pausing, I'll be ending the record so that we can do our one-on-one sharing of what we learned, then give reports on our income generating activity and our accountability activity. Okay, so let me stop the record. Bye.